The United States and Venezuela are facing their most dramatic confrontation in decades after US forces seized Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro, triggering global shockwaves, widespread international condemnation, questions over sovereignty, and a rapidly unfolding power struggle in Caracas. US President Donald Trump now insists Washington is in charge of Venezuela, even as a new acting leadership led by Delcy Rodriguez took office in Caracas. They called for a balanced and respectful relationship with the United States. But speaking aboard Air Force One, the US president doubled down on his authority over Venezuela's future.
Don't ask me who's in charge, because I'll give you an answer and it'll be very controversial.
What does that mean?
It means we're in charge.
Have you spoken with her?
We're in charge.
Pressed on whether the operation was about oil or regime change, Trump clearly suggested it's about oil. He also signalled that elections in Venezuela would not happen immediately, saying the country must first be fixed.
Venezuela right now is a dead country. We have to bring it back, and we're going to have big investments by the oil companies to bring back the infrastructure. And the oil companies are ready to go. They're going to go in, they're going to rebuild the infrastructure. You know, we built it to start off with many years ago. They took it away.
The US operation unfolded on Saturday. US commandos, backed by fighter jets and naval forces, airlifted Maduro and his wife, Cilia Flores, out of Venezuela. Venezuelan officials say members of Maduro's security detail and civilians were killed in the operation. A doctors' group estimates around 70 people were killed and 90 others were injured. Cuba claims 32 of its citizens died in the raid. Hospitals so far have refused to release official casualty figures. The operation has drawn sharp criticism from a range of countries, with many world powers condemning what they call a violation of Venezuela's sovereignty. China has demanded Maduro's immediate release. Several Latin American and European governments have warned the raid sets a dangerous precedent, even as they acknowledge Venezuela's deepening crisis. Venezuelans overseas celebrated Maduro's capture, pointing to years of misgovernance under him. Notably, under Maduro, Venezuela's economy collapsed. Hyperinflation wiped out savings, oil production plummeted, and basic goods, including food and medicine, became scarce. More than 8 million Venezuelans fled the country, making it one of the largest migration crises in modern history. Opposition groups accuse Maduro of ruling through rigged elections, repression, and the imprisonment of political rivals. On the streets of Caracas, residents lined up for food as daily life cautiously resumed. Mass security forces seen earlier disappeared, though pro-Maduro rallies drew thousands, including armed supporters on motorcycles. As the political future of Venezuela hangs in the balance, attention now shifts to the United States. Maduro and his wife, Cilia Flores, are being held at a detention facility in New York and are scheduled to appear before a federal court in Manhattan later today. The UN Security Council will hold an emergency meeting on Maduro's capture later today. Maduro is set to face charges including narco-terrorism conspiracy, cocaine importation, and weapons offensives. This hearing could mark the next decisive chapter in an escalating crisis that has already reshaped Venezuela and sent shockwaves across the world.
The world doesn't fit in boxes, so why should your news? From battlefields to negotiation tables, from internet outrage to real-world injustice. The conversations everyone is having and the ones they're avoiding. It's the same show, but this new year, Firstpost America gets a new look. I'm Kerry Johnston, and this is Firstpost America.